Hello students, welcome back. Hope you are doing good. In the previous video, we solved part A of the sample paper issued by CBSE for the session 23-24. Now it's time to move ahead and solve part B of the same sample paper. So without wasting much time, let's get started. We will be going through part B. So let's read the 19th question. Expand the following term. POP3 URL. The full form of POP3 is Post Office Protocol. This is one of the protocol which is used for transferring mail. And URL means Uniform Resource Locator. It's an address of the website. Let's proceed to the next question. Write one difference between XML and HTML. For safer side, write two differences. You know HTML is hypertext markup language. It is not case sensitive. HTML uses predefined tags. We cannot create our own tags. And it is a static web development language. The full form of XML is extensible markup language. XML is case sensitive and we can define our own tags. It is dynamic web development language. This question is for 1 mark, so write any two differences. Alright, it's time to move ahead to the next question. From the given code, we have to remove all the syntax as well as logical errors. By underlining the errors, we have to rewrite the code. So let's check out the code. In the first statement itself, there is an error. This word should be def. So in this way, we got the first error. Let's move ahead. This statement is okay. This statement is also perfectly fine. In the next statement, when we look at the while word, this W is capital. It should be in the small case. So we got the second error. Let's proceed and check out the remaining code. These three statements are assignment statement, but when we look at the first statement in the while loop, here we could see this is a comparison operator and that's the error. It should be assignment operator, not comparison. After calculating the procedure for the reverse number, we want to return it back, but this return statement is in the while loop. So indentation of the return statement is wrong. It should be at the same level as while. So this is our fourth error. So in this way you will be writing the answer for this question. We have to underline the error and correct it. It will be good if you will mention the error on the same line. So this is the first error. The keyword should be def. The second error is in while keyword. The W should be in the lower case. And the third error is operator should be assignment operator, not comparison. And the last error, that is fourth error, the indentation of return statement is wrong. This question is for 2 marks. You will be getting half marks on rewriting or finding out each error. Cool, that was quite easy. Now let's check out the next question. Here we need to write a user defined function count now, which will be taking parameter as places. Places is a dictionary. In the function, we have to display the name of the cities whose length is greater than 5 and the name should be in the uppercase. From the given cities, we could see the London and New York cities has the length greater than 5. And these cities we will be converting into uppercase. Let's check out the code for the same. According to the instructions, we have initialized the dictionary. By using def keyword, we are going to create user defined function count now, which will take places as argument. Our next task is to iterate over the elements of the dictionary. That too we need values, not keys. For iterating over the elements in the dictionary, we are using for loop. For place in places dot values. Here we are using values function. With the values function we will be working on the values because in case of dictionary by default it works on the keys, but we don't need keys here. In this way we are getting all the values of the dictionary. The next task is to calculate the length of the values, which we are getting into the variable place. If the length of the place is greater than 5, then that place will be converted to uppercase. The first value will be Delhi, but the length is not greater than 5. Next is London. Yes, the length is greater than 5. It will get converted to uppercase. So we will be getting this output. The next city in the dictionary is Paris, which is not satisfying the criteria. After Paris, we have New York, which will satisfy the criteria. So it is getting converted to uppercase. And the last city in the dictionary is Doha. This is also not satisfying the criteria. When we will call this function, we will be getting the required output. Let me know in the comments whether you have understood this code or not. We could see there is a OR part for the question number 21. Here also we need to write one user defined function. So what's the task of this function? Let's check out. We have to return one tuple which will contain the length of each word of the string, and that string we are providing as a parameter. So for example, the string is provided like this. Come, let us have some fun. We have to calculate the length of each word, and that we have to print in the form of tuple. According to the instructions हमने string ले ली है, और using def keyword we are going to create the user defined function as mentioned, len words, and the string is passed as a parameter to that function. स्ट्रिंग के जो वर्ड्स हैं उनकी लेंथ हमें काउंट करना है. फॉर दैट वी नीड टू स्प्लिट देम. उसके लिए हम यूज कर रहे होंगे स्प्लिट फंक्शन. बाय डिफॉल्ट स्प्लिट फंक्शन स्प्लिट करता है बेस्ड ऑन स्पेसेस. तो हमें कुछ इस तरह की लिस्ट मिल रही होगी जिसमें जो वर्ड्स है वो सेपरेट आउट हो रहे होंगे. नाउ आवर नेक्स्ट टास्क इज टू इटरेट थ्रू दिस लिस्ट. फॉर दैट वी आर यूजिंग फॉर लूप. फॉर लूप में हमने हर एक वर्ड की लेंथ कैलकुलेट कर ली है यूजिंग लेंथ फंक्शन. अब हमारा नेक्स्ट टास्क है कि जो हमने लेंथ कैलकुलेट की है उसे हम टपल में स्टोर करें. फॉर दैट हमने एक एम्प्टी टपल इनिशियलाइज कर लिया है. अब वन बाय वन हमें वो लेंथ टपल में ऐड करना है. बट वी नो टपल्स आर इम्यूटेबल, सो वी कैन नॉट चेंज द कंटेंट वंस दे आर क्रिएटेड. इसीलिए हमारे पास कोई एक्सटेंड, इंसर्ट या फिर अपेंड ऐसा कोई फंक्शन नहीं है रिलेटेड टू टपल. तो हम इसे वन बाय वन अब टपल में कैसे ऐड करेंगे? देयर आर टू ऑप्शंस. हम प्लस ऑपरेटर का यूज करके जो नया टपल है उसे प्रीवियस टपल में कॉन्कैटनेट कर लेंगे. सेम मेथड ही हम यहाँ पे यूज कर रहे हैं. हम हर एक वर्ड की लेंथ वन बाय वन कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. तो ये एक सिंगल एलिमेंट टपल बन रहा होगा. आपको तो याद ही होगा कि हम सिंगल एलिमेंट टपल कैसे क्रिएट करते हैं. हमें एलिमेंट को लिखना है, उसके बाद कॉमा यहाँ पे मेंशन करना होगा. देन ओनली इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज अ सिंगल एलिमेंट टपल. सो सेम कंसेप्ट हम यहाँ पे अप्लाई कर रहे होंगे. जो एम्प्टी टपल है उसके साथ यूजिंग कॉन्कैटनेशन ऑपरेटर हम जो नया टपल क्रिएट हो रहा है ऑफ लेंथ उसे कॉन्कैटनेट कर रहे हैं. सो बाय यूजिंग दिस कंसेप्ट हमें कुछ इस तरह का आउटपुट मिल रहा होगा जिसे हमने रिटर्न कर दिया है और हम इस फंक्शन को कॉल कर रहे होंगे. सो इन दिस वे, आउट ऑफ दिस टू वेज I told the first way how to concatenate the elements or how to update the elements of the tuple. Now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments what is the another way to update the content of the tuple. Hope you understood this code too. Writing code is very interesting. What do you feel? With that note, let's move ahead to the next question. Here is the code and we need to predict the output of the following code. This type of question can be solved by doing the dry run. So let's do it. कोड में हमारे पास एक स्ट्रिंग है, लिस्ट है और एक एम्प्टी डिक्शनरी है. फॉर लूप एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है विथ आई इन रेंज लेंथ ऑफ s. अगर हम लेंथ ऑफ s कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो देयर आर टोटल 4 कैरेक्टर्स. और रेंज फंक्शन तो हमें पता है ये ऑलवेज स्टार्ट होता है 0 से और अपर लिमिट इंक्लूड नहीं होती. सो वी विल बी गेटिंग वैल्यू 0, 1, 2 एंड 3. नाउ लेट्स कम इनसाइड द फॉर लूप. इफ से हम चेक कर रहे हैं कि i की वैल्यू 2 से डिविजिबल है या नहीं. सो फ्रॉम दीज वैल्यूज ऑफ i, 0 and 2 will be completely divisible by 2. So for those two values, these expression will be evaluating. So let's check out the values what we will be getting after evaluation of this expression. The initial value of I is 0. So S of I means S of 0. S of 0 means we will be getting L. And that L we will be initializing to this expression. Now let's check out this expression. Here it is mentioned as D of L dot pop. L is the list and pop function removes the last element from the list. So if we look at the list, we have the last element as 4. So ultimately we are getting D of 4 and we are initializing L to D of 4. So let's proceed to the next value of I, that will be 1. It is not divisible by 0. So we will be coming to the else part. Here I plus 3 is getting initialized. So the value of I is 1 plus 3 will be 4. 4 already got popped. The next element will get popped is 33. So it will be D of 33 and 4 will get initialized to this. Now the remaining iterations you will get easily. Next time the value of I will be 2 and it is completely divisible by 2. So the control will come to the true part. S of I means S of 2. The letter at the index 2 is S. So S will get initialized and what we will get here? In the previous iteration 33 got popped. Now it's turn of 21. So we will be getting D of 21. Proceed to the next iteration. The value of I will be 3. It is not divisible by 0. So the control will come to the else part. I plus 3 means 3 plus 3 will be 6. The remaining element is 10. So that will get popped. So you will be getting D of 10. In this way the iteration part is over. Now let's check out what we are displaying. For K and V, this is key and this is value in D dot items. Means we are printing keys as well as values. Let's check out how we are printing using print statement. Key followed by value and in between separator is star. Look at this table. Key is 4 and value is L. So 4 L and in between star. In the same way 33 4 we are getting. In the next iteration we got 21 S and in the fourth iteration we got 10 and 6. In between we are using separator as a star. That's why it is getting printed in between them. We access the elements of the dictionary in this way. First we write the name of the dictionary in bracket key equals to value. Hope you understood this explanation. It was a little exercise for the brain. Let's hope some simple questions now. Then read the question number 23. Write the Python statement for each of the following tasks using built-in functions and methods only. The first task we will read. To insert an element 200 at the third position in the list L1. If you know the answer, you can skip this part. It's little simple. To insert item into the list, we have insert function and the index is mentioned as third, but the indexing starts with 0. So for the third index, we need to mention 2 here and the element is 200. So the statement will look like this: L1.insert 2, 200. For the next task, we have to check whether the string ends with a dot or not. And for the second task, we are using ends with function associated with string. So first we have to write the name of the string, then ends with function, and we have to check whether it is getting ended with the full stop or not. So we have mentioned full stop here. I would strongly recommend you to write all the functions related to string, list, tuple and dictionary in short in one page, so that you will remember the name of the functions and the methods associated with these data types. Question number 24 is based on MySQL concepts. Hope you have went through all the videos of MySQL and by now all the concepts are crystal clear. Table employee is created by Miss Shalini with these columns: ename, department and salary. She forgot to add primary key in the table, so we have to write SQL command to add the primary key column empid to the table. After adding primary key to the table, we have to insert one record with the following data. This is the copy from the marking scheme. We have to add one column to the table. So we have to alter the structure of the table. For that we will be using alter table command. Alter table employee. The name of the table is employee, and we are using clause add because we are adding new column to the table. The name of the column is EMPID, following the data type of the EMPID column, and that column will act as a primary key. So we are adding this constraint. In this way the first task is over. Now let's move ahead and add one record to the table. For adding record we use insert into command. Insert into table name. Table name is employee. Then we write values clause, and here are the provided values. Already table create हो गया था, तो फर्स्ट कॉलम था ई नेम, देन डिपार्टमेंट और फिर सैलरी. तो उसी सीक्वेंस में हम डेटा एंटर कर रहे होंगे, और एट लास्ट हमने टेबल को मॉडिफाई करके EMPID एज अ प्राइमरी की कॉलम ऐड किया था. दैट्स वाई EMPID हम लिख रहे होंगे लास्ट में. बट इफ यू वांट टू चेंज द सीक्वेंस ऑफ सेंडिंग वैल्यूज, यू कैन यूज this type of insert command. Insert into employee, then we are mentioning the list of the columns or list of the fields, and in the same order we are providing the data. First EMPID, then ename, department, and then salary. 24th question got over. Now we are at the final question. Predict the output of the following code. Let's dry run this program, then only we will get the required output. Program starts by initializing A to 200 and B to 20. In the next statement we are calling the user defined function named charger. As a parameter we are sending A, that is 200, and B is 20. So 200 will get initialized to P and we are sending B to Q. हम देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे कुछ डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू है, बट जो वैल्यू हम सेंड कर रहे हैं वो उस पे ओवरराइड हो जाएगी. इन दिस वे जब हम फर्स्ट टाइम कॉल कर रहे हैं यूजर डिफाइंड फंक्शन, हमें P मिल रहा है 200 और Q मिल रहा है 20. इनसाइड द कोड क्या कैलकुलेशन है उसे चेक कर लेते हैं. हम P की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. P इज इक्वल्स टू P बाई Q. सो P है 200 और Q है 20. इस तरह हमें वैल्यू मिल रही है 10.0. डिवीजन ऑपरेटर हमें रिजल्ट प्रोवाइड करता है इन फ्लोट. इन द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट Q, बट व्हेन आई सी द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, Q के कैलकुलेशन की एज सच कोई नीड नहीं है बिकॉज वी आर नॉट प्रोसीडिंग फर्दर विथ Q. हम रिटर्न कर रहे हैं वैल्यू ऑफ P जो हमें मिली है इस स्टेटमेंट में. तो हम रिटर्न कर रहे हैं 10.0. When the control will come back to this statement again, the value of A is getting initialized to 10.0. Look at the next statement. We are going to print some values. First value is getting printed is A. So A got updated to 10.0, followed by separator, that is dollar symbol. And then we are going to print the value of B, which is 20. In this way we got our first output. Let's move ahead. There is again a call to the user defined function. This time we are going to pass value B, which is 20. So B will become P, and there is a default value for Q, that is 10. P will be 20 and Q will be 10. Let's calculate P once again. 20 divided by 10 will be 2.0 and we are returning it. Now let's check with print statement कि हम कौन सी values print कर रहे हैं. First A is getting printed, which is now 10.0, followed by separator dollar symbol. After that we are going to print value of B, which is 2.0 now. And using AND operator, these three hash symbols are getting printed at the end. In this way, this is the second output. So finally we will be getting these two outputs, the first one and the second one. Hope आपको ये explanation समझ में आ गया होगा और आपको भी same ही output मिल रहा होगा if you tried. So, in this way we covered the entire part B. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, do share with your friends. If you have any doubt or query, let me know in the comments. In the next video, we will be proceeding to the part C of the same sample paper. Until next time, keep studying smart, stay confident. I will see you in the next one.